Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob. And what we're doing is we're still working on our little guy here. The tool I'm using is a high-speed air tool. Uses very small 1.6 millimeter bits, and I'm changing it out to a diamond bit. And yeah, this thing, it's the best tool for this chippy wood, this cedar that I've got here. It's high speed. It slices through better than a knife, way better than a dremel. Uh, it allows you to get those really pinpoint lines. And we're just working the face in right now. I know the last video we ended working on the face. This video we're kind of digging in deeper with this tool to give us a better cut line in there. Okay, guys, this wood is driving me crazy. It's just so chippy. You can see we've cut the face in deeper and the legs and all that stuff. Yeah, the face. And the darker lines are where that high-speed air tool is cut through there. We did around the ears and all that stuff. So that's a good look at them right there, how far we've gotten so far. And yeah, the other side's taped off. We're going to leave that for Jordy to expose. And now we're back to our Dremel. And I believe we have a diamond ball bit in there. It's a little tiny diamond ball. And I use that a lot to trace around stuff. It's more like a stylus or a pencil, you could say. And that's what we're using to get in there with. And just kind of round everything over. Still working on that face and the body. We're bouncing all over the place as we're carving this guy. And that's just you have to do it that way to keep everything in kind of like proportion that you want. And as you get into it, I wasn't going to put a lot of detail into this guy because of the wood. The wood is just horrendous. It doesn't hold the detail. Bigger things, I'm sure it would. Like the Christmas trees, it worked great. And the bigger stuff that I've done with it, the wood spirits that I've done with it, it's been fine. And now you can see we got a diamond flame burr in there. And we're not feathering the background down yet because I want to put something else in there. I think that's just too much blank space. And we're going to go back in and we're going to redraw in all of our lines so that we know where we need to cut it out. And you want to keep doing that all the time as you move along. Just keep redrawing the lines in as you get deeper and deeper. And you can see why this grain is so wide on this wood. And the stripe parts of the wood is harder than the wider parts of the wood. So quite by accident, I figured out that if you have your burr go all the way across from like one dark spot to the next dark spot in the grain, it doesn't dig in as bad. And there we are. We're going to a diamond flame burr. Yep. Nope, I'm sorry. That's a carbide metalworking burr. Not the aluminum working burr, the metalworking burr. The aluminum burr has a much more aggressive pattern to it. It's a spiral flute, where this has a crosshatch flute. It has a spiral going one way and then a spiral going the other way, so it kind of gives it a crosshatch type deal. So it's not as aggressive of a burr. And of course, we want to keep everything rounded over and rounded over and rounded over. Try to get rid of all of our square edges. And there goes a piece of the hat. Just chipped right off of it. You can see it fly off in the video. And I just flicked it out of the way. There was at one point on this that it chipped again. And I was just about ready to give up. I'm like, that's it. You got to know when to say enough is enough. But I ended up just going deeper. And stop with the aggressive burrs. Yep, see, there it is. Big chip right out of that hat. So we got to go deeper so we can bring the hat down more to get rid of that big chip out. It's either that or just stop the project. And I figured, well, yeah, see, it's either stop the project and go do something else or go deeper. You know what Jordy always says, go deeper. You can always cure it by going deeper. Well, that's not always the truth, but it works sometimes, and this time it happened to work for us. All right, here we are working the hat in. We have just run into some problems, guys. It chipped out. The hat chipped out. How am I going to fix it? Try cutting it down with the knife a little bit, see if that works. These knives are really sharp, guys. They're beyond razor sharp. And still just having problems all over the place with it chipping out. And unfortunately, with the wood being loose like this, the knife will pull it right out. And you end up with problems. It's like for small things like this, there is almost no hope with this wood. You just have to, it's a very slow, tedious, little bit at a time type projects. You get very little progress because you have to be so careful. And there it is, we just chipped it out right there. Right where I'm showing you with the knife. Just took a big old chip right out of it. So the hat surface is much lower than the face surface. So the face is actually, see how chippy that wood is? I'm not even trying to cut it and it's just pulling it off. Yeah, so now the face is higher than the hat, and that's what I'm showing you. See, his face is sticking out. The hat is lower than the face. So we got a couple options to go here. We can either bring the face down and bring the hat down all together. We call it good. So just carve, guys. Carve something awesome. Be awesome. Thank you, subscribers, and we'll catch you in the next one.